All right, guys, we're gonna try rye today. I went out and grabbed a head and bit in, and the grain, it's good and crisp. There's a little toughness to it. We got 1.25 inches of rain last night. Oof, we needed it. That will allow us to live to the next rain. Is kind of where we're at. It's not building, it's not playing catch up. It will allow us to live to the next rain. So I should, with that 1.25 inches, oh boy, that second crop over there ought to perk up pretty good, because right after first cutting it was green and it was coming on strong, and then just dry, and pretty soon it started to shrink down and yellow. But oh boy, for temperature, so with that rain last night, it's surface of the sun plus humidity, I think is what the thermometer said. Combine pulled them out and just gave them a quick run over, checked water, oil, fuel, cleaned air filters, and gave it a shot of Freon, and he greased everything up and he's good to go. We'll run him in the rye, and then after the rye we'll have time to do a bunch of maintenance videos on the combine and whatnot, but we'll give it a try. That field behind the barn, the weeds really, this, you know, 2 weeks ago there's a lot of green in them fields, and then like all of a sudden it's just like boop, now you're late. It just goofy. But we'll run the grain cart out there too, so I can calibrate the yield monitor, because it'll be the first time trying the yield monitor in the grain, and so we'll see if we can't get that yield monitor to work in the grain, and if it does, we'll calibrate it and make sure it's accurate. But oof, it's hot today. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Got my barley bales. That 2-acre field had barley in it, so I was driving by one day with the hay mower, so I laid it down, came back in, got the rake, raked it up, baled it up, and wrapped it up within a couple hours. Pulling the bean head behind me, and got the combine parked, and we'll see if we can't open up this field. It might be tough. The humidity's going up and the clouds are coming over and it's getting muggier by the minute, but we'll see how it goes. Back him across the road. Whee! Fun. All right, that'll work there. All right, we're doing a calibration, so right now the number is irrelevant to me, but that'd be pretty cool if it was accurate. So just kind of going slow, getting it figured out. If it's cutting this nice, I might set down the wheat wands down at the very corners, a wheat wand for the head, so then the head will follow the contour up and down. But yeah, so far we made it 100 yards pretty okay. This is very pretty out here, I have to say. Very pretty. I love this. Gotta leave some stubble to go back to nature, back to our soil, but take enough to give ourselves something for the baler to chase. We got that 60 back there. The weeds are just starting to come up through, and like I said, we went from green rye to, hey, let's get combining in a day, is what it felt like. And so immediately behind this, I've already got the alfalfa and grass, perennial grasses. So this 80 here will be established for hay ground, but then the rest of all the winter rye ground will be followed with that same setup. So potentially next year we got another 300 acres of hay, or we have whatever we need to have. Don't know what I did there. We're not going to send that through the combine. Missed a spot. We'll get this headland cleared off and then get the grain cart out here and dump in and check our scale and see how we're doing. Just kind of going slow. It's 40 feet and this is a small, quote unquote, it's only a 300 horsepower combine. So, you know, it's a small class combine. But we'll, well, I'm building confidence as we go here, but we'll get around to this other side and then we'll stop and dump it and see how it looks. Go slow through the corner and these lambs quarters that popped up here. For the most part, the field stayed pretty darn clean. I'm really happy with how this field's looking. Let's see how she's doing. Oh boy, that looks real nice. That's pretty dang clean. It's humid. You can feel humidity in it, but I got to get enough into the grain cart to get into the bin to be able to turn the fans on tonight. And so, yeah. So we're committed at this point. We're committed. Can't walk through the yard without my buddy checking on me. Yeah, it's awfully hot for him, that poor guy. All right, we unload. It says 10,300 pounds. So we'll run that out and then we'll check the scale in the tractor and see how it turned out. Looks pretty good. How a grasshopper can live, I don't know. That's always been intriguing to me. For the combine settings, it's pretty slick. I just arrow over to that, I hit OK, and then oops, hit the wrong button. More. So them are all the different crops that has preset. And then I go to rye, and I don't have anything turned on yet, but here's where everything should be, and there's where things are. And so once you engage the separating system, it will move everything automatically to that. And so I was using the factory settings for the most part, and it looks pretty dang good. You know, a guy can't complain. So that's about all you're gonna get. That's about all we're gonna get. I'll go check the scale. So it was reading high. It had 10,300. We had 7140. So I'll hit 0 again for the next trip, and we'll do it again. So it says 44 bushel, but if I end calibration, yes, we'll do actual 7140. That brings us to 36. So we just lost 8 bushel to the acre. That's the last time I ever calibrated, but we don't care what it does. We just want it to be honest and very accurate. So let's start a new load for calibration. New load. Yes, we want to do it. And we're ready to calibrate again. Oh boy. That worked nice for my sprayer station, but it's kind of in the way. Get that auger coming up. Woo! Turned around. Oh. Pass the combine a little bit and then we'll get turned around. Try not to smash the combine with the auger. Oh boy, that'd be embarrassing. Close. There comes the ride. Go top the wagon off, go dump him and come back, empty the cart. And if we have to combine a little more to top the wagon off, then we'll do that. Better start shutting the gate. That should work. By the time she empties that auger out, there's the mound. Perfect. Oh boy. You think a guy would have done it before. Wow, we've got grain. Go, baby, go. Oh, yeah. So I'll get a little bit in there, what I got down, then I'll hop in and shovel it, kind of flatten it out, fill the corners if I have to, and then turn the fan on. Get air on this right away. I'm not making that mistake like last year. Well, here we go, the last little bit. There's kind of a triangle. It always ends up at a triangle up at that end there, but yeah, we'll combine this little bit, dump it in the wagon, turn the fan on the bin, and get it in the bin, and then turn the fan on and go home. Alright guys, thanks for hanging with me today. It's in the bin, the fan is running, and we're done for the day. Takes all day to put an hour on the combine.